Hello, it's Beth of beth-schneider.com, integrating spiritual and financial freedom that we may live full spectrum lives, fully enjoying all aspects of life, spiritual beings having a physical experience and letting the infinite nature of who we are as spiritual beings to infuse the human experience. And that is an evolution. That is how we participate in this waking up process. So, cheers to your journey as we do this together, as we evolve together. And today I want to explore the topic of enthusiasm, because having an enthusiastic attitude is something that, of course, everyone enjoys. We all love it when we're feeling enthusiastic. And we can take responsibility for keeping our enthusiasm high so that we can, in fact, chart our course successfully. Because the energy of enthusiasm generates a very high, upward spiraling vibration. And from that, there's a lot of activity, and shifts can happen, and change can happen, and growth can happen. And the matching of our vibration to what is taking place outside of us. And so it is a spiritual mastery to be able to respond to circumstances and experiences that bring our energy down, that seem to rob us of that feeling of enthusiasm. And that's part of human life in duality, because in duality there is a polarization. So there's up and there's down. And so my role as a conscious being is how I respond to the downward draw of energy, which is simply a function of being in duality. And rather than letting that be the driver, then I can have a response to that that then spirals back up and allows me to be the artist, the creator, consciously creating the life of my dreams, the life of my passions, what comes to my heart through my heart imagination, the imagination from my innermost being. And so what I find is when something happens that is that downward draw of energy, that if I pause, because initially there's resistance. I feel resistance when something is happening that I don't like. I'm resisting it. It brings up anger and polarization. And if in that moment I can pause and adjust myself and say, even in this moment, something good is evolving through this. Something good is unfolding even now. And I make that conscious choice to see those down, what I am judging, my judgment says is not good, something negative, and my energy is contracting around it. I can shift that by having a different choice about how to receive those events. And every time when I take responsibility and do that, a shift unfolds. And because I have placed an enthusiasm where it wouldn't have been just moving in my sort of natural egoic flow, it shifts everything to an upbeat place. So, for example, something that has just happened, my mother is in a rehab, and she's going to be there for a little longer until she can move into her assisted living. And so they want to move her room. and just for the various details of that infrastructure and how that works, and the Medicare portion of what she was paying has run out. So, be that as it may, the conditions into the room situation they wanted to move her was very disturbing for me, because it was not going to meet her needs. She was going to be crammed between two people and not have a place to hang all the pictures that mean so much to her. And so I was in resistance, and I didn't like it, and it appeared that there were no other options. This is their facility, and this is what happens based on what status level of a patient she is. And I had to make that shift, and I didn't have to, but I chose to see good unfolding, even if I couldn't see it, and stop muscling my way into it, and defending against it, but moving with it, seeing good unfolding, and not polarizing myself to the people involved in that situation, making the rules. And by lightening my grip on it and giving a space of my own faith in something positive unfolding, it simply did. And she is no longer going to be in that position. She's going to have a wall. I know, the little minor things, but it was addressed, and in where there was no way, a way has appeared. And it was in response to my energy shifting around it. So, whatever that you're engaged in, whatever you're working towards in your life and making big changes, as I have in this past year, and the moments that come up that seem overwhelming or daunting, not knowing how will I possibly make a shift, that I don't have to know. I am interconnected with this infinite grand universe and the wisdom of all that is, and I can entrust, by that awareness of unity with all that is, that good is unfolding, and I simply open, as a container of the good of God, and allow goodness to unfold, even in the places that really don't seem like they are, and where, for me, where I especially am challenged, is when things are moving in that downward direction, that then I will hold it against myself and have a self-judgment of my own incapacity to achieve something, and through that blame hold myself bound, rather than, again, expanding my identification, remembering who I am in the infinite sense, connected to everything, to love itself and know that I am loved, I am lovable, and that good is unfolding. I am learning, I am becoming capable of things that I have never been capable of before. And so I honor you in your journey. Be enthusiastic. When there is no natural enthusiasm happening, take responsibility to unleash it by changing your mind. Take the time, pause, find the determination to change your mind about what's happening. See good unfolding. So, blessings to you. You are magnificent, and I see who you are and see good unfolding for you. Peace for today. Talk to you soon.